Oh, the Easter egg hunt. Evening story hour? I didn't even know there was one. I've got to call it quits somewhere. I just found a whole nother box of library history. But for now, I'm going to call it done. Except, you got to look at this picture of Janelle. Look at her hair. I love it. And Mariel. Aww. Anyway, right now, for now, I'm wrapping up the history of the library. It's going to be in 3 parts. Please enjoy. It took me a whole lot of time to do it. Alrighty. As it originally was, then in 1988, Sullivan Room. Then in 96, this part was added. And now this gray section is the new addition. And whoop, there you have it. The library in its entirety as of today, 2020. In August of 1985, a library committee reported to the Town Board of Manitowish Waters a recommendation of a location for the library. There had been other places considered, including the basement of the community building. As you can see, this report is available online, and it's very interesting. I'll put a link to it in the description box. Frank and Betty Koller donated money for a library for our town, Manitowish Waters, in memory of their son, Frank B. Koller. The groundbreaking happened on September 26, 1986, and here's some footage from the actual event. The person you see in blue here is Pauline Zieber. She was the first librarian for the Koller Library. She had just retired as a school librarian after 30 years. She was extremely instrumental in getting this project off the ground, and she knew what a library needed, and she suggested things to Frank and Betty for the design that she thought would really be helpful in a library. Plus, she volunteered all of her time as the librarian and then on the library board as well from the very beginning of this project until about 2002. Frank took quite a lot of video of the construction of the library, so we're seeing some of it here. Of course, he liked equipment, so we have tractors and dump trucks. This shot here is in the direction of what was the children's section, but is now kind of where my desk is, if you're familiar with the library. The Frank B. Koller Memorial Library opened to the first patron at 10 a.m. on June 22, 1987. The ribbon cutting and dedication was on July 19th of that same year, 1987. There was quite a lot of pomp and circumstance. Of course there was. There had to be. It was a big deal. There was singing, flag raising, benediction. Irv Teichmiller was the MC. Looks like it was a gorgeous sunny day. Frank and Betty were there, of course, and Pauline, Bob Olson, and the 4 of them did the ribbon cutting. And so the Frank B. Koller Memorial Library became an official part of the town of Manitowish Waters. I grew up in Manitowish Waters, so this library is my home library. As a matter of fact, in the original card system, those yellow ones that were paper, I was number 83. Patron number 83 right here. Thanks to Kurt and his great drone shots of our current roofline of the library, the white outline here shows you where the original footprint of the library was when it opened, compared to the rest of the library's roof today. I think that's supposed to be 1988. 188. Sullivan Room. These are hand-drawn, too. In memoriam, Willis G. Sullivan, 1903 to 1987. These even feel like blueprints. They have that kind of chalky texture. Okay, these don't make much sense to me because they're all like, you know, joist sizes and things like that. Here's a community room. They had to relocate a window for that too, I remember now. And then here is the Sullivan Room with a giant table and the fireplace. In May of 1988, construction on the Sullivan Room began, and that is what became our meeting room. It's the one with the huge table and fireplace, that room. Patrons love this room. I love this room. It's great for meetings and playing mahjong or just sitting by the fire. The cost of the construction was donated by the Sullivan family in memory of Willis Sullivan. And here is a view again of our current roof line with the original footprint in white and the Sullivan Room added in yellow. This wraps up the first segment of library history. Tune in next time when we discuss edition number 2 and see some footage from the ribbon cutting ceremony. Plus, we'll talk about edition number 3. By the way, I was not making that up about being patron number 83. Take a look. How many of you still have your original card, huh?